Joining me right now is Vince Murdock, Team Alpha Male. He fights in the SFL as a featherweight. What's going on? Welcome to Kumite Radio.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
I want to jump right into it, man. Week 2, you went in, you made your debut at SFL. You lost via cut. Let's get into that cut, man, because it's very controversial.
Okay, so when it happened, I wasn't entirely sure that I was cut. It felt like it was on my ear at the time. I couldn't tell. I went and sat down in my corner, and my coaches never even said anything. So I was just assuming that there wasn't really a cut because they didn't even mention it to me. The doc came in, looked at it, and there was a huge misconception between the ref and the doctor. Neither of them knew what they were doing, what they were confused. And the whole thing was like this huge misunderstanding, and they didn't know what they were doing. And I felt like the time was running, so they just canceled it because they didn't know what the right answer was. I didn't have a cut that was infecting, my vision. In fact, it was on the other side of my head. The thing was like as long as my fingernail. You know what I mean? And it was small, man. And they took a fight away from me that I was already clearly winning, in my opinion. Obviously, you can just go and watch it. So, I was hoping. I didn't even know that they weren't going to. I didn't know they were going to forfeit the fight and that I was going to lose. I thought maybe it would be a no contest or maybe go to the scorecards and I would win the fight for all I know. You know what I mean? I was winning. But then, I lose the fight, and then I go back there, and they told me that, that they were going to fix it, right? When someone gives me their word and tells me that they're going to do something, I hold that up there. That's the promotion bill, the CEO as owner. That's what I was told, right? And the further that we get into this, they just give me the runaround. Now they're saying that there's an appeal and there's money involved and there's sponsors. And I'm while this whole thing went on, they've never offered any sort of direction to make things right, say that they were wrong, admit fault, apologize, or do anything to make me feel better. And they want me to keep competing out here. And the whole thing is just crazy. I was actually forced for that fight too. They forced my hand because they didn't have a backup. Mm-hmm. So I was forced to take that fight when I didn't want to take the fight because it's my first week there. I'd gotten sick. Anyway, I took the fight regardless. That was my decision. I got that cut, and I'm told that they're going to make it right? And so every day that passes, I'm asking, what are we going to do, or what do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? What sort of direction do I need to get this overturned to at least a no contest, because this is affecting my career, my life. This is definitely going to set me close to maybe 5 to 10 fights back. I don't think you understand like what this is doing. And so far they've just been giving me the runaround, right? And I just talked to Bill yesterday, and I go, "What's the deal, man? You told me you guys were going to fix this. You haven't offered any sort of apology or anything, or admit, you know what I mean?" He's like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" I was like, "I don't know. Maybe get a written statement from the ref and the doctor saying they messed up. I don't know, fire them, do something. They're obviously not capable of their job." And here I am, they're just messing with people's careers, something that I've been working for since I was 18 years old, a long time, something that I've been building, and this has been my life's work. And I come out here in a promotion that's, poorly ran, and they're going to just play with my career like it's nothing. And I wasn't too mad at first. I've been trying to be cordial with them, and I'm like, look, like what kind of steps can we take to fix this? What can we do? And so far it's been nothing. So I don't know what to say. I was supposed to fight yesterday. They told me a day before the fight that I was not fighting, They'll try to feed me some crap about my cut, which was seriously like the tiniest cut, telling me that I couldn't fight. But they waited till the last week or the last day to tell me. So I cut weight again last week, all week, to fight, just to tell me that I couldn't fight. So not only am I out here I'm just sitting here. I'm not making any money. They ruined my record, and I'm getting less opportunities to make any money because they're sitting me. They're not paying us weekly, you know what I mean? As they should, but they're not. And as you know, we're not probably getting paid a lot, but the idea is that we're supposed to get a couple fights and we can make more money that way. So, maybe I'll fight this week. Maybe I won't. We'll see how I feel. Definitely, upset with the direction this has taken, and just I haven't been offered anything. And apology, just something was all I was kind of looking for. Like, what do you guys really hurt me here, and you guys expect me to keep competing for you. Like, what can you do for me to make me feel better going forward? And so far it's been nothing. So I don't know. I even told Bill, I said, you know what? I wasn't going to go to the press or anybody about anything. And then I was just tired of getting, messed around and going in circles with these guys. I told them that I was going to do this interview today and tell them that that the promotion hasn't been well to me. So, I mean, if there's obviously you can see I'm pretty worked up, but
Well, it seems like you've let them gave them time to rectify the situation, but nothing has happened.
I message them every day. That's another thing too, is they ignore me. They just choose not to respond. They're claiming that the situation's out of their hands. They're acting like they have no control over anything or no influence, or you know what I mean, it's gonna mess with the points. I'm like, this isn't about no points. Like, the whole team lost. They're already out of the competition. Like, he's trying to tell me that there's money involved with the sponsors or some just excuses, basically. I mean, you want to talk about money involved? How about the money that has just costed my career? You know what I mean? It's the whole thing is really, really, really frustrating, man, because I came out here trying to help the sport and happy to be a part of something that was growing out here, and hoping to be a part of something like that and, take advantage of quite a cool opportunity. And it's been the opposite. And I think I've been, more than easy to talk to with these people who just choose not to communicate whatsoever or offer any sort of solution to anything.
Let's go back to the cage at the moment that they called the fight off. What was the referee's position and what was the doctor's position of, when they were looking at your cut?
So that's why it was so strange. You could tell that there was some sort of like confusion. The doctor obviously had no idea, and then the ref was asking the doctor like it was up to the doctor. But the ref only can give the doctor can only give the ref permission. That's how it was. So they were like going back and forth to each other with like this, like, oh, what do we do? Like, my corners are like, are you fucking kidding me? The cut is like, it's not even a cut. Like, it wasn't bleeding. They didn't put, they didn't Vaseline it up or nothing. They just wiped it and it had stopped bleeding. The whole thing is just bizarre, absolutely bizarre. It's like getting a bloody nose and be like, you know what? That's just too much blood. We're going to stop this fight. So, honestly, I don't know if there was some sort of motivation behind that, because just the way it goes down, it seems so weird to me. Obviously, I was, fighting at the time, so I wasn't even thinking about it. It honestly happened so like fast and weird. Like, I couldn't believe that it had happened. So at the time, it kind of caught me off guard. The ref he just looked at it, and then he looked at the ref. And I'm like, is this thing big or what? Like, explain it to me. They didn't say anything. And there was just a bunch of back and forth between the two. which was really confusing because, like, you know, if the ref knew anything, if he was a more experienced guy, he could be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's not infecting his vision. But obviously he was inadequate or whatever, didn't know what he was doing. And he, like, left it up to the doctor saying, like, you know, the doctor apparently said no. So he was like, no. But you know what I mean? Like, they both were very unsure. You know, and I'm sitting here watching the fights after my fight, and there's guys with, like, gashes on their forehead. Nobody's stopping those fights. Like, you know what I mean? There's people going to sleep and getting 30 unanswered shots and some of the worst reffing I've ever seen. And they're going to come over here and stop my fight after the first round. Like, if it's that bad, why would they wait till the end of the round to come in and look at it? You know what I mean? Because I was in a position where I took them down where they could easily broke action and came and take a look at my cut. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing even on there now. It's been a week. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's nothing there, man.
Well, it's the side of the head, the location of the cut.
I exactly. I got to turn completely sideways just to show you. To say that I'm frustrated is, man, you know, I've been talking to my team, my coaches, Uriah, my managers at Iridium, and they are not happy. And you know, I just don't know how to. I'm doing my best to try to hopefully come to some sort of solution with these people before I leave, because that would be ideal. And I hope that, you know, there is something that I can do. You know, they expect me to fight this weekend, but, you know, my response would be like, why should I? Why would I? And for what? You know what I mean? Like, you guys have ripped an opportunity. You stopped me from fighting last week, and so you took an opportunity away from me. And you also gave me a loss that was unwarranted. Like, or, you know, I didn't do anything for that. You know what I mean? I showed up, fought, basically beat the shit out of somebody, and then I lost. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this whole experience.
You built some momentum before you got to India, and your plan was to continue that momentum. Now,
I mean, my managers are speaking to a lot of, you know, promotions. I'm 26. I was looking to come out here and jam out a few fights and go talk to Dana White. You know what I mean? And which was a very, very, very possible, likely outcome for me. I had a good record before that. You know, if I would have won these 3 fights, that's 5 fights in a row. You know what I mean? That's, you know, it's the second month of the year. I got the rest of the year to jam out a few fights if need be. And now none of that has happened. In fact, I'm like backwards. I went backwards. There's like no momentum. Like, I don't even know. It's wild, man. It's you know, and I didn't ask for much. I just want some sort of answer, some sort of excuse, just to talk to somebody that's in charge. I've been going and getting a runaround, getting numbers from this person and talking to this person. I finally get a hold of Bill, and I've talked to Bill twice. And I go, look, man, what can we do to figure this out? And he just talks, and it's like he's really good at just like, we'll start here and then we'll end up back here, and he'd be like, okay, we good? And it's like, man, I guess we've been here for a half hour and we're, you know what I mean, and your hands are tied, I guess. So I don't know, man, but I just hope it, you know, if they want to continue being a promotion and promoting fights or whatever they want to do, this, they can't continue like this, and I won't support it. So I don't know, you know, many people that would. And my recommendation to people that are thinking about it is, you know, what's it worth and how much are you willing to risk, I guess.
what would be ideal for you when you leave India, when you leave Super Fight League and go back to the States? What would be the ideal situation to leave with?
Ideally, I would like them to just, you know, my biggest concern is fix that. That's a no contest. In my opinion, I actually won that fight. You want to really make me happy? Go around, reverse that thing. We'll go to the scorecards after the first round. I win that fight. You guys messed that up, not me, right? You guys stopped the fight. You guys chose to stop the fight. That's fine. Okay, we'll go to the scorecards and we'll score it from where it ended. I win that fight. Boom. I get a win on my record. that if we're being serious, right? Like if you want to be, but ideally I'd be happy with them just getting rid of it, and owning their mistake, and just admitting that they're wrong, right? Reversing that, making, getting it. I don't even want a known contest. I wish it was just not even there. I don't want that one or anything nowhere near my record. It's a stain, you know what I mean? So ideally, me leaving, I would like to leave with, obviously some wins, but if not, most importantly, at least just this off my record. You know what I mean? That would be ideal. All would be forgiven. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I would bless them with all the nice things in the world to say, but I definitely wouldn't, you know what I mean? I would say that they held up to their end, and they took care of what they said they would, and that's all I could ask for. And you know what I mean? And my return would be, I'll do what they ask of me for doing what they said they would do. So, but yeah, ideally that would be the solution in my eyes. I don't know what politics or what could possibly stop them from turning this over, commissioned. I don't know. Honestly, I can't fathom or figure out what could possibly be holding this up. But apparently there's, I don't know, man.
Is there any positives that you can get out from being in India?
Yeah, don't come back. Been here, and that's it. This is the only promotion I know of out here. It's been a culture shock. I'm grateful for the experience, man. It's been great to come to India and see the culture outside of the promotion. I mean, so like, just seeing the world is always a pretty cool experience, and I don't need much to be happy. So wherever I'm at, it's just cool to experience a different culture and a different life. I don't feel like I was treated I feel like people stared a little bit, but that just could be because I'm American and I got tattoos and I brought that on myself or whatever. But it didn't feel rude or anything. So, yeah, man, other than the promotion itself, being in India has been pretty cool. You can tell that they're a bit far behind in the sport of MMA as far as the gyms, and they don't have a lot of gyms out here, or I don't know of any MMA gym out here because we're not training at one.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. But yeah, but it's cool. Other than that, they got, it's a very heavy populated place with a bunch of people, so it's cool to see just a different lifestyle, and they do different things here, and the food's different, and different. They wear different shit.
Have you been getting around Mumbai and exploring the city a little bit? You might as well while you're there, right?
Yeah, so I have a couple times, and it's been quite the culture shock. Like I said, man, it's been pretty wild. This stuff is very it's very real. It's very raw. You look out the window and you see some things that are you see a lot of, I guess, poverty, or is the word I'm looking for. I guess the social classes are a little different here, and you just get a sense of maybe be thankful for, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say it, but it's quite a scene, and it's a humbling experience, I guess you could say.
Are you getting used to hearing all the horns?
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely I'm sorry. No. What's even funnier is like, we come out here and these guys, like, their hands on the horn, like it's like they're like their foot's on the brake or the gas, man. It's pretty freaking wild. Like watching them drive, I'm just sitting here like holding on to everything. Nobody's got seatbelts on. I'm trying to fucking use all the seatbelts, and I'm looking out the window right now because there's just traffic already, and they lay on the horn like every second, right? Like, just I'm not even kidding. Just if they're going down a street, they're laying on the horn. If they see people, they touch the horn. If they're braking, they touch the horn. If they cross the intersection, they touch the horn. It's like constant horn tapping, and it's pretty unreal. It's hard to even explain. It's one. I wouldn't say it's one of those things you have to experience. I'm sure you can just go YouTube it or something, and there'll be something about it. But so there's all those horns, right? You can't get away from them. You go to the venue, and then next thing you know, there's horns in the damn show, like just as loud. And it's like you feel like you're in traffic all over again. I'm like, you're in the cage, and they're just like, it's like they took the horn out of their car and they brought it with them, because they're just honking horns the entire damn time. And I'm just like, Jesus, they love it out here.
It seems like the hordes are another language when you go into
Dude, yeah, I don't know if they communicate or something that we don't know about or something, but they got like a horn clan out there for sure.
Moving forward, you don't plan on fighting? Is it like if they do give you a fight, you will fight, or you're not going to?
As far as I know, I do have a fight, and I am getting ready for the fight. I'm actually getting ready to go work out right now. But, dude, it's Sunday, and the fight's not till Saturday, and they piss me off every day. So, honestly, I don't know, man. Like, I couldn't be for sure. Something could happen at the end of the day, and then something could happen tomorrow where I'm back in. You know what I mean? I don't know. All I can tell you is that they haven't been doing a very good job communicating with me or taking care of me and probably the other fighters as well, which doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I feel like, being from the States in a bigger MMA community, that they would try to, show, I don't know, make better on that, and they haven't. So I don't know. Who knows? I plan to, but you know what I mean? MMA crazy. You never know.
Now, this system that they have, it's a season. Like, you could fight every week, so you could be cutting weight every week. How is that atmosphere, like being in that chaos? How does that feel for you?
Just fighting every week, or the
Everything, weight cutting, fighting, being, in shape, everything.
It's different. You know what I mean? It's I don't like to. It has been different. Last week would have been the first week where I was going to fight back to back, and I did get ready for it. I did work out every day. I fought on not this Friday, but the last Friday, and I was working out the next day. You know what I mean? I cut was fine. I was already working out Saturday, Sunday, getting ready to fight Saturday. So it was pretty wild. I didn't take much damage. I guess it all depends on how your fights go, is how you're going to feel. You know what I mean? The more shots you probably take, the more your head might feel a little weird. I didn't really take any shots. So, maybe I did, I guess. I don't know. But I didn't take any that affected me. I felt like I wasn't really too worn out from the fight. So it was easy for me to bounce back, but I imagine some of the other fights can be a bit difficult for other people, which is why they have backups. Ideally, I came out here. I want to fight. I wanted to fight every fucking week. I wanted to fight I'll fight every single one of these guys. Those guys, I would have fought both those 45ers at the same time last night. It made me so angry just watching them. Like, it was difficult. You know what I mean? This is my life's work, and they're slapping me in the face a little bit. So, hey, it is what it is.
All right, Vince. Hopefully they take care of you and they rectify the situation, and you do get a couple more fights in, and actually further your career and get the call up like you eventually want in the future. Thanks for your time, man.
Thanks. Fingers crossed, brother. Thank you.